John Donne, Go and Catch a Falling Star. John Donne was born on 1572 and died in 1631. He was a poet as well a divine. He was brought up as a Roman Catholic but joined the Church of England and rose to be the Dean of St. Paul's Cathedral. His poems range from deeply religious pieces to coarse secular ones. They include lyrics, sonnets, elegies, satires, and epigrams. He is recognized as the greatest of the so-called metaphysical poets, whose work was full of unconventional and far-fetched images and conceits drawn from the most unlikely sources. His own poems show these in abundance, but also exhibit a dramatic power and an individuality that have made him very popular with present-day poets. Go and Catch a Falling Star is a song and was first printed in the first edition of John Donne's poems in 1633 after his death. The 17th century writer of this song, John Donne, is noted for his extravagant images and subtle wit. In this light, playful, and almost mischievous song, he expresses his great distrust for womankind through a series of exaggerations. He suggests that it is no more possible to find a faithful woman than it is to catch a falling star or perform a number of tasks which are impossible that he has mentioned in the first stanza. Throughout the poem, Donne employs a light and sometimes humorous tone. He is annoyed by the general theme of the poem, the inconsistency of women, but he seems to have come to terms with it. He speaks as though that is just how things are, and one must make the best of a constantly bad situation. While this piece does not feature the characteristics of metaphysical conceit found in other works of Donne, but there is an interesting comparison between the stanzas. He compares the impossibility of something like catching a star to finding an honest and a beautiful woman. While a clear exaggeration, it appears to be the speaker's own true belief that he will never come upon a woman who will treat him fairly and will not run off with someone else. The song, often known by its first line, Go and Catch a Falling Star, is an unusual poem among John Donne's work in several ways. It does not use the extended metaphors that we find in some of Donne's greatest poetry, but it is one of his most popular poems and widely known works. As the short analysis of the song shows that Go and Catch a Falling Star is nevertheless in keeping with Donne's beliefs and poetic style in many respects. Although the poem is song-like, as its title suggests, and its tone is light and frivolous, Go and Catch a Falling Star seems to endorse the misogynistic belief that all women or all beautiful women, anyway, just to make it worse, are unfaithful and should not be trusted. Yet, the way Donne builds to this conclusion is beguiling. In summary, he advises the reader, or as this is a song to the listener, to perform a series of impossible tasks such as catch a falling star, or meteor in the sky, impregnate a mandrake root, find the past and return it to the present, or discover why the devil has cloven feet. Similarly, the listener is also commanded to hear mermaids singing, possibly a reference to the sirens in Greek mythology, who were actually half birds. And it was impossible unless you were Odysseus to hear the siren's song and survive. Now we will read the poem Go and Catch a Falling Star. The poet, through a series of exaggerations, says that it is impossible to find a beautiful and truthful woman as it is impossible to perform these tasks. The first one is to go and catch a falling star. It is not possible for anyone to go and catch a falling star or a meteor. Get with child a mandrake root. Mandrake is a plant whose root resembles the human body, physical body. So it is not possible to make a mandrake root give birth to a human child. Tell me where all past years are. Mandrake, John Donne asks his readers to tell him where all the past years have gone. It is impossible for a person, for anyone, to tell where all the past years have gone. Or who cleft the devil's foot. It is not possible for anybody to say that who cleft the foot of the devil. Teach me to hear mermaids singing. No one can teach John Donne to listen to the songs of the mermaids because the mermaids are mythical creatures, or to keep off envy stinging. Every person is envious and nobody can teach anybody else how to keep away the pricks of envy. And find what wind serves to advance an honest mind. It is not possible for any person to find out and tell which is that wind which makes a person's mind honest. So, all these tasks are impossible to perform. In the second stanza, Donne says, If thou beest born to strange sights, if you are born to see strange things in your life, things invisible to see. If you think you are born to see things which are invisible to see for ordinary human beings, then write 10,000 days and nights. He tells the readers or the listeners to ride for 10,000 days and nights, which is almost 27 years, till age grow snow white hairs on thee, till you become old and you grow white hair. Thou, when thou returnest, wilt tell me. He tells the readers that when you will return after undertaking such a journey, you will tell me all strange wonders that befell thee, all the strange wonders, all the strange things that came across your path or that you encountered, and swear, and you will swear, you will take an oath that nowhere lives a woman true and fair. Nowhere in the world lives a beautiful woman who is fair, who is faithful also and truthful also. In the third stanza, Donne says that if thou findest one, let me know. If you find such a woman who is truthful as well as beautiful, you just tell me, you let me know about her. Such a pilgrimage was sweet. Such a pilgrimage where you find, such a journey where you can find a beautiful and a truthful woman, a faithful woman, it would be a very good, sweet journey. Yet do not But he says, still, do not undertake such a journey. I would not go. Personally, he says that he would not undertake such a journey, though at next door we might meet. Though we might meet at the next door, and you would tell me that she's a true woman, though she were true when you met her, because when at the time you met her, she was true, and last till you write a letter, and till you write a letter at the time also she was true. Yet she will be, but he says that she will be false. Or I come, before I come or before I meet her, she will be false or unfaithful to two or three persons. Thus, we can see the distrust of John Donne towards womankind. Now, the structure of the poem and the poetic devices used by the poet. The song Go and Catch a Falling Star by John Donne is a three-stanza poem that is separated into sets of 3 lines. The lines follow a consistent rhyme scheme conforming to the pattern of A B C C D D D. The lines also stick to a syllable pattern that changes within the different sets of rhyme. For example, the first 4 lines are the same with 7 syllables. The next 2 contain 8. Then there are 2 2-syllable lines. Finally, the stanza ends with a 7-syllable line. This is a very unusual pattern that works best if read aloud. The fact that Donne titled this piece Song makes it clear that it was meant to be read or sung. So we see that the poetic form is stanza 1 and 3. The rhyme scheme is A B C C D D D. And in stanza 2, the rhyme scheme is A B B C C C. And the meter is iambic tetrameter. The literary devices used in Go and Catch a Falling Star are hyperbole. Donne exaggerates the impossibility of catching a star and compares it to his belief that it is impossible to find a perfect woman. Get with child a mandrake root is also a hyperbole. Once again, takes something that is impossible and compares it to his idea that it is impossible to find an honest woman. Now, Donne uses allusions. Teach me to hear mermaids singing. It is an allusion, and in Greek mythology, beautiful creatures called sirens would tempt men with their voices. Once they lured the men, they would kill and eat them. This reference is used to show how the poet believes that women are deceitful. Red, Ride 10,000 days and nights is an hyperbole and used to show that no matter how long or far you search, you will never be able to find a perfect woman. Or keep of envy stinging. This is a personification saying that envy can physically hurt you. Alliteration is used in line 10 and 22. In line 10, he writes beast born and strange sights. In line 22, it is might meet. Thank you.